Hi there. In this video I'm going to show you how to make your own homemade glue. I use a cheap flour, white flour, 2 tablespoons white flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then I add a bit of water. And I add the water, not all of it at once, and I'm sorry, I can't tell you exactly how much water you need to add. You add the water and make sure that all the water are soaked up by the flour, and then you make sure that there are no lumps in the homemade glue. And by adding the water little by little, you will prevent the glue from lumping up. This glue is safe for children to use because it only contains water, flour, and salt. And I'm not sure, did I say 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of flour? I think I did, but now I'm sure that I've done it. Now, as you can see, it's starting to get very thick, but also it's still, there's a few lumps in my glue, and right now it's more like a dough than a glue. This is actually, if you are playing with salt dough, this is the same, just adding a lot more water. So I keep stirring, and now it's looking very good. I just need a little more water and then it's fine. It needs to be thin, just like a wood glue or paper glue in a bottle. And if you put your finger into it, you need to be able to feel that it's sort of sticky, but not so much that your fingers will stay together. That's never how sticky it will be, or it will get. My glue is done, and I'm going to take a newspaper, and I'm tearing it, taking the whole newspaper, tearing it into long strips, and then I'm tearing the strips into little pieces. This is the easiest way to do it. If you cut your paper, your newspaper, you will get very sharp edges, and in order for the paper mache to be very nice and smooth, it's better with the ripped edges. So now I'm starting to put on the paper mache on my dress form. The dress form I made in the last video on top of a Barbie doll. Barbie doll. I shaped a lot of tin foil into the shape you can see now. So I'm adding the newspaper, and I'm doing it so that I first I add a layer of glue to the tin foil, then I put on a piece of newspaper, and then I add another layer of homemade glue. I try to take pieces of paper that have the right shape or size. For instance, her breast, there are small and very round. That means that I have to use very small pieces of paper. If I use big pieces of paper, it'll get pointy, and suddenly her breast will be out of shape. So I'm trying to find the piece of paper that match the body part that I'm going to glue it on. With the tip of my brush, I make the paper fit into the cracks in between her breast and in between her buttocks, I think it's called. And it's very important, because if I don't use the tip of my brush and if I don't put it all the way into the cracks, then the shape that I've been using a lot of time making in the tin foil, it will disappear, and that will be very sad. That's a lot of time spent for no good then. You see me adding one layer of paper mache. You need to add more than one, because you want the paper to be so thick that it can stand alone. Because when we're done with adding the paper mache and the next layer, we're going to separate the paper mache part from the tin foil and the doll. She's not going to stay inside the dress form. I want it to be a dress form without the Barbie doll inside. So as I'm adding the paper, I'm making sure to cover up all of the tin foil. This video is number 2 in a row of 5 videos. And the next video I'll show you the use of another material as a substitute for the newspaper. And it will give an even stronger dress form. The video after that, I will separate the dress form from the doll, and in the last video I'll show how I decorate the dress form. It's a suggestion to how you can do it, and you don't have to do it the same way. This little project, in order for the whole dress form to be in one part, it's very important to make sure that the arm is connected with the body. So when you put on the newspaper, the paper mache, make sure to overlap in the armpit and on the shoulder. You make sure that the paper is overlapping. Sorry. Now I'm getting to one of the parts where I can add more than one piece of paper. And as you will see, it actually is quite sticky, the glue, the homemade glue, because it won't stay on my finger where I have a little bit of the homemade glue. But from here, it's a faster process, because adding more than one piece will speed up the whole process. This video is just about to the end, and I want to thank you for joining me. I hope that you find this video interesting, and that you will make a dress form mannequin for yourself, and hope to see you again soon. I hope that you will like my video and share it, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.